times. Let's get it started. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes, though.
Ooh la la,
She like,
ooh la la,
they go,
ooh la la,
we like,
ooh la la,
okay, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. That's the two-step, you know what I mean? You don't really see anything else besides that. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV, that's the show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then hurry up. Come on in. Over here, we like to deal with sports, hip hop, entertainment. Sometimes I hit you with a Popovism 101, interviews, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit and hit stage left, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos. And if it's not your first time, then I appreciate you like a motherfucker. But you know how I do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. We in the end game because yesterday I was going to jump on, talk with y'all after the Batman. Told y'all I was going to go see the Batman. And I didn't know that shit was 3 hours, bro. 3 hours is some change. Like, I'm so glad I chose the nice spot to go to sit down. So, you know what I mean? Have some cushion. But nonetheless, went to see the Batman, and it was pretty good. You know what I mean? Me and Kiss went to see that shit. She gave it like a 7. I'm going to give it like a 7 to 8. 7 to the 8. In the sense of, obviously, it's Batman, it's DC, it's, you know, all the superhero shit that you know I fuck with. You know what I mean? La 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 la. Driving movie. Because of the Saw factor, spoilers. Now, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you. The movie is good. Go check it if that's the shit you into. But it was good to see. It's almost like it was the beginning. You know what I mean? Like they was setting up little tidbits. But to see the Riddler, you know what I mean? If you're a Batman fan, obviously, you know the early Batmans with the Penguin, Danny DeVito, you know what I mean, and the Catwoman being Halle Berry and Michelle Pfeiffer. And then Catwoman was in this too, so maybe a little spoilers real quick before we get to the other shit. I like the fact that they made the. I mean, obviously in the old, you know, Batman with the and the little things that pop up with Pow and Pam. If you know you're of that age, this is a far cry from that. But the Riddler was always the green suit nigga. You know, just not really no superpowers, but obviously he's super intelligent and he leave a lot of riddles. So that, you know, Hitchcock of it, if you will, the anticipation of who's next. And I thought the plot was good of the movie, but it was almost like it was the beginning. It's nothing to do with Justice League. It's nothing to do with Wonder Woman and nothing like that. It's just strictly Batman. And then obviously he's keeping a diary of, you know, almost like the Hulk in Marvel, like day 45, no incidents. And on this one, it's like, you know, October 20th, such and such happened. 2 years in, I've been running, you know what I mean? And it's a darker side, but overall, the movie is definitely good. So anyway, then come back, Lakers, if you can see, you know what I mean? Little Lakers and Golden State. So yesterday I had Golden State, and then the day before, when we was at the pool hall, I had the Lakers. So it's like, can't win for losing. And LeBron came out real quick, you know what I mean? Came out, dropped light 56, needed every 56 points to push them to the victory. Warriors a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous, just a little bit, just a little shaky, a little nervous. Obviously, you know, they missing they horses, and attrition in all sports, especially in the long season, You need your players. So I think that's pretty much what it is overall. I'm gonna raise up a little bit. Overall, as opposed to them just not knowing how to, how to play in teams better than, because the Lakers is trash. They just got whipped by 30 to the Clippers, and real quick, yeah, that's what I was talking about before we started the video. We live, we rolling. I took the Knicks tonight, game and under. And y'all know I'll be going. The Knicks is doing what they supposed to do. Knicks up 20, bro. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown and y'all know I'll be booking with the Knicks like that. But when they played Phoenix and they lost on some last second Johnny, you know what I mean? Jack in the box. I had the Knicks with that 6.5. And I took the Knicks tonight with that 5. You know what I mean? Game and under. So it was looking like, you know what I mean? Yeah, kid, that feeling. But we also had Brooklyn today. We took Brooklyn as a 1 pick, and that's what we're really going to talk about. You know what I mean? KD 0-2 since the comeback. And you had Stephen A. and Jalen them pretty much saying, a guy might taste him. You know what I mean? Jason Tatum, he dropped a 53 or something like 54. Kill zone. And I think KD had 35. You know what I mean? But it was 41. It wasn't enough, though, because he dropped more points. And it just looked so proficient. So, you know what I mean, just letting it fly, like, you know what I mean? And he really, coming to his own as being a student of Kobe. Rest in peace to the Black Mama. Obviously, he went to his academy, and that's one of the players he looked up to, just like Kyrie. Kyrie is the one that really had a shimmy y'all bad game today. But it was a push. So if you took Brooklyn like I did, I took them with the points, and I took a money line. I ain't going front. I took them niggas money line, gassed. Like, nah, KD gonna win the second game back. And they got to mesh well. People definitely is like, oh, Ben Simmons. Like, when you gonna show up, my brother? Like, I know you had them little mental issues and all that, but really the fans, you know what I mean? If you think it's not on the bat line, reverse it, you know what I mean? This shit is rigged, then you definitely thinking you got a chance. So you want to see him play. I want to see him play too. Now his back hurting, etc. So, you know what I mean? But back to Jason Tatum dropping 50-something on the Nets. Stephen A. and Jalen Rose, you know what I mean? And Detroit been playing an eye fake lately. They was like he could have stepped up to guard him. Now, he could have guarded him. Kevin is, you know what I mean? 6'11", wingspan. You know how he be reciting this shit. And I think Tatum is 6'9". Obviously, he's a lanky, rangy type of, athlete as well. Skilled marksman when it comes to the J. Like, this shit is water. You know what I mean? Especially when he get in the zone. Like, he's heating up. Boom, shakalaka, like, yeah, double dribble on that ass. Like, he was, every time it looked like the Nets was going to, then at one point the Nets was winning. But anyway, back to him guarding Jason Tatum. He could have done it. But I think after coming back, sitting out that long, playing those minutes, and, they said they're going to monitor his minutes, and obviously it should. You see, once he's out the ship or he's off the boat, the ship is going down. But then again, Monday, tomorrow, you know what I mean? Sunday, fun day for those that obviously don't know. We in real time. The mask mandates is off in New York. Like, is New York in the hell? That goes out the window tomorrow. And I mean, even we was going to the joint yesterday, homie was real, you know what I mean, strict about ID and just real going heavy, like in the paint. Like, though that nigga was Kevin Garnett, you know what I mean? Had a whole line outside just to check people on, vaccination cards, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's supposed to be lifted. So is we going to see Kyrie and KD? But they said something on the channel. They like, yo, out of all the games, this is only their third game. I said, oh, shit. So Boston was the pick, but really it wasn't because it was a push. You know what I mean? I broke even, except with the money line. Well, let's talk about this shit. You know what I mean? I was about to say Zach LaVine, thinking of the Bulls. You know what I mean? But Lauren Levine, you know what I mean? Levine Cox, I'm saying the wrong names. Levine Cox from Orange is the New Black, which is, was it an HBO show or Netflix or whatever it was. It was a good series, in my opinion, as a person that been inside and I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that I'm right, yet to fail and still be standing online, getting that Moulin Rouge, you know what I mean? And that Goulart Rouge with the biscuit. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you've been locked. Like, damn it, man. That's you don't even go to the mess hall for that. But it was a riveting series to see it from a woman's perspective. Obviously, they embellish. They add shit just like the Oz series, if you was, you know what I mean? Like, Only time they watching, you know what I mean, is, you know what I mean, Nori line when they watching ours, you know what I mean. But that was another riveting series to, you know, if you haven't been there or you've been there, to see how Hollywood put a spin on it. What's real, what's exaggerated, and obviously what's right on point. All accuracy. You're like, oh shit. And then you're getting flashbacks. You know what I mean? Watching it just a female version. But that's what she started on, and obviously in the last couple days, whenever they had it, you know, she was on the red carpet with Will Smith, you know what I mean? And I say that because it's transitioning, and you got to call people as, you know what I mean, as they identify. Even though in Russia, you know what I mean, we know that if you born a man, then you was made to stay there and fight. You wasn't, you know what I mean, going off like, nah, I'm trans, you know what I mean, over into this. It's like, nah, you got hanging, you know what I mean, you sitting on the toilet, letting your balls, you know what I mean, you coming to war. But back to this shit, you know what I mean? She was on the carpet, you know what I mean, interviewing him. Obviously, he's was nominated, and I don't know if he won or not because I didn't watch for the Williams sisters' father. You know what I mean, Richard. And they were saying something about his mortgage recently. These stories that be coming out, and you be looking like the side eye, like, damn, why is this shit breaking down? Like, you know what I mean, all of a sudden, your movie is out. You know what I mean, and he's supposed to be foreclosing or not having it. Doesn't, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, that's what he was nominated for. The questions was going on, and then obviously the entanglement comes out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to have no more of that. And, you know, they dragged, you know how social media does. People, they got their views, they got their shows, like Populous TV. We live, we rolling. So you're going to have opinions, and you're going to have, you know, what you feel. And even if you're wrong, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a strong stance in what you believe, even though it may be a little, you know what I mean, backwards. People try to drag. People did drag. It was like, just come out, apologize. You know, he was there with his wife. His wife was there representing, and this and that, and this and that. And all I hear is, you can't take back what she did. In my opinion, like, the toothpaste is out the tube, skeeted off. You fucked up the sink, you know what I mean? Little kids, you got to wipe. Yeah, like, you're not putting that back. Everybody heard. It was like, it's all for sale. Like, it was all for sale. They got their moment to shine out of it, and it was, you know, it was a big thing. I spoke about it on the other video. We mad videos in now, you know what I mean? Shout outs to everybody that keep rocking that feeling, you know what I mean? You can't get that back. That embarrassment, that shadow of, you know, emasculation, if you will, and just how the whole thing transpired, if you ask me, it was downright like, damn it, man. Wouldn't want to be in his shoes. And I know what it's like to feel embarrassed and feel shame. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you know what I mean? Especially when you bring that shame to your last name. Like, I'm not hustling for my first name, for my last name. Like, on up. Shout outs to Dame. Shout outs to everybody who was in that movie. And shout outs to those that live by that. Because it's like, when I do something, you know what I mean? Obviously, when you come into, you know, maturity, and obviously, and you find your space to grow in. Certain things is down upon. It's like, nah, I don't do that more because I'm elevating. With that being said, it's like, yeah, all right, now we don't believe you. You need more people. You can't get that shame back that she put on them, and no matter how people try to spin it, whether it was intentional or not, as far as CoX saying what was said. I just think it was, at the end of the interview, it was like, all right, I need something to close out with, really. Sound like, you know what I mean? This is live action, so you can make mistakes. You can mess up and say some shit on live TV, even though, what is it, a 5-second delay, 2-second delay. And far as the question and how it ended, it was like, oh, let me just, you know what I mean? I don't think it was like, yeah, we're going to stick it to him, because Jada already stuck it to him. The letters from Pac and, you know, this and that and everything that came out, obviously the entanglement was the worst. It was like one of those wow moments. Like, so I mean, what are we talking about? Talking about you fucking another man on your platform and you calling it an entanglement? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, negative. And then obviously they still together. They're not going, I don't see that, you know, breaking up. They the power couple, right? They the, you know what I mean? They what we want to be. You know what I mean? For some people, at least I do remember, it was a time that people was saying that, though. Like, nah, Will and Jada and Will, they the ride or die, they this, they that. And obviously, as the couples, you know, duck hunt, get knocked out the sky. This week is that couple, this week is this couple. You know, it's less and less people look to the sky to, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. Me personally, I don't never look for that. You know what I mean? Even if I didn't see it with the side eye, it's always like I'm gonna look within self first. Look within my surroundings and my circumference before I look to somebody else. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if it's something different, where it's cooking or swimming or learning martial arts, you're gonna look to and try to be coached by the people that already been and done where you're trying to go. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the moral scale or compass, yeah, obviously how you brought up and, your experiences and what taught you what's right, what's wrong, what to stand upon, and, when to admit the true wrong. A lot of people can't even do that in the adult world nowadays. Like any accountability, any yo, I fucked up or yo, my bad, niggas change numbers, they fuck the world that don't, don't ask me for shit, nigga. No, you owe me. Like how you singing, fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. Like that, those lines shouldn't be coming from you. You fucked the bag up, or just whatever it is. A lot of times people do funny style shit, where they're the culprit most of the time. Yet and still they put the defense up or they deflect like you did something. Nah, my moral stance is good. And not even on some soapbox shit. Like I'm up here looking down on you niggas, like, like overstanding. Nah. Just that it's just a lot of foul ways. And you see what's going on. And this is real quickly too. I already spoke about the genie bus. Go see the other video. It's a video floating out on some Ukraine shit. At least it's got the audio, like people are dying, etc. And obviously the visual that's coming out of there is getting more and more crazy. The airport was attacked. Looked like they trying to target a nuclear power plant and some old wild shit that probably can just let off crazy, devastation and destruction. You know what I mean? And I'm not using those words lightly when you look at the video. But it's the video, I would put it up, but then, in the comments it's like, should be fake, should be real. But anyway, it looked like it's a protest, or maybe, again, the audio is of Ukraine and more civilians. It's supposed to be about civilians dying. But in the black bags that's lined up, and you see the cameraman, showing the video of the bodies. One of the bodies move a little bit, you know what I mean? So it was like, oh, what the fuck, thought y'all was dead? And then the thing flaps off so you can see him trying to zip itself back up. Somebody got to come run over and zip it up to, obviously you assume all of the people is alive. You know what I mean? Now, this is obviously a demonstration. So people like and why they putting it up. You can't believe everything that's out there. Definitely want to do your research before you just go, run and tell that. And everything is wrong. That's why I said I don't be reporting on shit. And if I'm all the way left, I'll come immediately if I can. Like, oh no, I was way wrong about that. This is XYZ. I'm just reporting what they were saying. The real news. You know what I mean? But anyway, it just got me thinking now that the mask mandate, speaking about that, is about to be over as far as New York City. And, at the height of the pandemic, and I know people that lost people that's close to me. So, I was affected as well, like a lot of us was. Whether, what's the word I'm looking for? Homegrown, manufactured, or some shit that really, popped off organically and then brought us to COVID. You know what I mean? Whatever you believe, it's here, or at least that's what they're saying, right? But I'm bringing that up to say when it was mad a couple of times in the city, it was garbage trucks, or not garbage trucks, big trucks. I forget what type of trucks they was. 18 wheelers, where they was loading the bodies up of the people that supposed to have passed in the nursing homes, and just it was the funerals was overrun with already people that passed and deceased waiting to have their services, but because it was COVID, we wasn't having none of that. So the bodies just was piling up. That type of imagery they throw out there, and then you see something like this, and you say, you know what I mean? What's real, what's not real? Obviously, you had the, but you're black. The black folks that was over there in Ukraine and the other place that people was fleeing from to try to go to Poland, and you started seeing the social viral videos that popped up with us black and brown being mistreated, or looked like they was being mistreated. And then you think of the shit that was happening in China, you know what I mean? And when this shit first popped off, like, yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell. I wasn't shocked and amazed seeing that shit happen at McDonald's over there in China, and just the imagery that was coming out, whether it was manufactured or not, to divide us because everything is racial. I ain't like seeing that. And I'm always like, yeah, you should, buy black, stay black. You know what I mean? And keep it here first. Not saying you can't. Obviously, that's, you know, the creator made us in different shapes, various, sizes and creeds and colors, etc., so that we can, get to know each other and not despise one another. So there's nothing wrong with being different, or you being this, you being that. But you still should rock with, you know what I mean, who you rock with first, because that's how they do it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it keeps you strong. And you could, have your opinions or whatever, but I know we don't do it the most, and it seemed like we lower. And I'm going to just leave it like that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not the most profound, and Dr. Cornelius and, Dr. West and all these other, brilliant minds. But with that being said, though, seeing the videos that's coming out of there is like, Biden just sent money over there. He just had the State of the Union talking about we with COVID, but I said COVID. We with, Ukraine, etc. And they're like, yeah, well, have a no-fly zone, help us out. We getting bombed over there. Like I said, the imagery that I'm seeing, it looks bad. Obviously, a lot of children was killed, a lot of innocent, lives was lost. And, then you got people in the back, the ignorant, the rational. They're like, yeah, it's European on European. It's white on white. It's white man can't jump. It's jokes. It's funny. It's he-ha, he. And, at the gas pump, you getting hit hard. Or somewhere else, that residual effect when lights go out or whatever's coming. You know what I mean? Stay prayed up, stay on your square. Try to, do right within, like, because if not, then how you gonna win? Like, yeah, Lauryn Hill reference, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? And that's a Sunday Fun Day Popovism 101. Like, definitely, try to move just with positive energy. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, when you move like a snake in the grass, you get what you get. And really, nobody feels sorry for you. And I'm end on this shit. You know what I mean? See if the Knicks is still winning, though. Because you know how they like to give up 20-point leads. Like, damn it, man. Now, it look like they're going to hold it down. Look like it's going to be game and under as well, too. That's that feeling. That feeling. Now I'm talking about? Because that's your money, son. Yeah, that's your money. Scott Van Pelt. Brittany Griner. When I say people do stuff to put themselves in bad situations, and I definitely know what it's like to lose. And I really say that playing, because Thanos is the ultimate, like, you know what I mean? He wanted to end it all, have it in the universe, and give up anything to get it done. He's the only one that was willing to really sacrifice for what he wanted. When you think about it, everybody else trying to save people, he was willing to sacrifice the most, but bringing it back. You know what I mean? Definitely know what it's like to lose, and like I said, be humble, be embarrassed, bring shame, all that. Like, keep it a buck. Oh, over here, full transparency. I mean, I can see you if you're not hiding, and you definitely can see me because my shit is open. Come on in. Brittany Griner got caught up in Russia, and apparently, or allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, she got some vapes with the hashish in it and shit, and she being detained. This story just coming out. Obviously, they cutting off, communications, and it's just a lot of shit going on. I mean, so that's why I said you definitely want to stay prayed up. Obviously, people like, yo, when you that tall, they making fun. I be in the comments when I'm in these YouTube streets, running through these social media alleyways, and they should have never. Like, I'm here now. People could just be real funny and real cruel. Granted, you should be penalized. But at this type of time, she is a well-known person. She's one of the few of the women, WNBA sorority. And everybody don't make it there. Everybody's not there. Same thing with the WNBA. So, that should be given some leeway, obviously, with LaMelo Ball, and, his brother, LiAngelo, obviously, when that shit happened with them and Trump got on the bat line, kept him in the hotel, bring these little niggas back, we should get it back. Who knows, what's going on. But, yeah, the thing is, too, I remember when D'Angelo Russell was coming through LaGuardia or whoever it was, Kennedy, and he had the weed in the bottom of the thing or whatever he had. It's like, bro, let's make the phone call. You on the bat line. You got a couple dollars. Like, you got a couple dollars. So, obviously, money, they say, is the root or evil, or not having it, I would probably say. But you know what I mean? But when you do have and you work hard or you sacrifice or you come up on the lick, like you just slip and you Scrooge McDuck and you swimming in money somehow, some way, you're going to make it out the hood with your big idea. And I'm with you. I'm being all the way for real, 100%. However you got it and you get it, you know that having it, you have options. You can do a little bit more than the average person. You can shimmy y'all a little bit more. You can show your ass a little bit, you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. And you can flex. So, all right, you going to Russia. Sure, you can get what you need over there if you're willing to spend. As opposed to going through customs during times like this when shit about to pop off or you don't know when it's gonna pop off, then you get caught in the middle and now you out there in Moscow. Like, oh no, damn it, man. Really know what it's like to lose. And now our family is out. So, should they let her come back over here, serve the penalty? Should they keep over there? Should she get 10 years? Because that's what they saying she facing. Like 10 years to have some bud or the liquid. Crazy shit crazy. You know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. You was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so we do what we want over here. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. We authentic because our track record is intact, not because we bodied 100 niggas. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.